So we're gonna install the trigger return spring in the P2000. We've already taken apart the whole back end of the gun, installed the trigger and the trigger bar. This could be done with the trigger bar uninstalled. First, what we're gonna do is insert our trigger pivot pin. I'm gonna put my middle finger behind the trigger, push the pin out. I can see it coming out into the frame. We're gonna pull it back just below flush of the frame. Right when we get it there, we're gonna push forward with our middle finger and it's gonna lock that pin in place. Next, we're gonna get our trigger return spring. Grab it with the pliers. We want our spring to be oriented about like that. This left leg on this side is going to live inside the frame, inside that little divot right there, if you can see. That's the left side, that's the left spring channel, and then the right spring leg is going to go behind the trigger. This part's a little tricky, so what I'm going to do is line that leg up right in front of the divot where it's going to live. Squeeze the pliers while pushing back. There, and then just push down. When that spring's down in place, wiggle it, just wiggle it around until the pin goes in. Remove the pliers and we can see that leg rests right there. If we flip this gun over, we can see the spring popping out the back, right behind the trigger. Next, this is a heavy spring, so it's a little bit more difficult. We're gonna have to wiggle the pin around to find that hole until it clicks into the other side of the frame. Now, move the trigger around until that pin goes inside the trigger. Get something to beat on it with. We're gonna tap that pin the rest of the way in. If it doesn't go, it means that we are hung up on the frame. So I just push up on the trigger, I'll push it on the pin, and it'll go in. Now we tap it in, and that is the trigger return spring installation.